Good morning folks, and welcome back to another wintry edition of Nick's Veggie Patch. Yes, I say wintry because overnight we had a big snowfall down here in the south, and as you can see, it's made the allotments where I'm at look like a winter wonderland. It's not too bad down here on the allotments, but where I live it was really snowy, but obviously I've come down because I need to do my video to give you guys a video update of what's been happening on the plot, and what we intend to do. Obviously can't do much today because, as you can see, it's very wintry on the plot. I'm hoping some of the stuff that I've got growing on the plot has survived, so my garlic, I'm hoping that's okay. Obviously certain things I've still got to take out, so there's some chard here that's got to come out. I think that's had it really, that chard. I've still got a bit more chard elsewhere, but yeah, they've got to come out now really. I think there's slugs and other little critters have got to them. But yeah, as you can see, plot's all snowed over, frosted over, so there won't be much that I'll be doing on here today. I'll show you what we have been doing in the polytunnel, and that'll be about it for today. It's not going to be a real long video that I normally do. As you can see, one of my water troughs completely frozen over. My little scarecrow and my parrot out in the frosty snow. Luckily the scarecrow is nice and warm. But yeah, so I'm gonna get on and show you what we've been doing so far, and show you how far we've got with the polytunnel. So here we are folks, here's the polytunnel. Doesn't look like we've got that far. Decided to have a slight little change. So basically what we're going to do is, we've got the long plank here, where I made up these two raised beds yesterday, and I've got the little square ends on either side. What I'm going to do is, the square end that's on the other end up there, on both of them, I'm going to take them off, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to nail this big board along the back of those two, and then this board here, I'm going to cut it so far down, and it's going to come across here. So it's going to come so far down. So basically what I've got is two raised beds either side, and then a raised bed here in the middle. So if I stand like this, it's probably gonna come down to about roughly where the handle is of that spade. That will give me a raised bed in the middle. So the original plan was to have a raised bed in the middle, and that was using the square or oblong shaped raised bed just there. Well, we're going to take that apart, and it'll either be that one, because I can turn it into a square raised bed, or it'll be these two here, which can be joined together, as you can see, with these little poles. And what will more than likely happen is, because I've had a change of plan, and this isn't going to be enough room to put that green raised bed in here, because I won't be able to get either side. It will more than likely go here. So a square raised bed just in there, because obviously these raised beds are not long enough to come all the way down. To be fair, I didn't want this raised bed to come all the way down, because otherwise it would have blocked me and my wife from getting in here, and also blocked my mate Dave when we're allowed to kind of mix again. It would have blocked him from helping me out, because he helps me out sometimes, but obviously because we're in a lockdown, and we come down the allotment, we have to keep 2 meters apart. Dave sticks on his plot and I'll stick on my plot, and we just communicate via texting each other, or he'll pop up, bring me a coffee, stay on the pathway, keep 2 meters, and we talk to each other that way. But normally, sometimes he'll come and give me a hand if he hasn't got anything to do on his plot. But yeah, so that's what the update is in here. As I say, we're going to take the 2 square ends you see there, and they're going to be moved. They're going to be taken off the ends up there, and then that big long plank you can see there, that will go on the back, and then the long plank that you can see here, going to cut that, measure it, cut it so far, and it will go across here, and it will go and it will come so far down, so it will give me a good sized square raised bed, obviously, and it will give me lots of area for planting in. And then a square raised bed just there. Don't want it too big, because I don't want it to come out too far, so it's not restricting us. So it's a bit messy in here at the moment. As you can see, I've got my fig tree in here. I'm going to have to move that somewhere, probably into the greenhouse, because I don't want it outside as it's too cold at the moment. I will probably be covering up in cloche, I think, to protect it. But as you can see, it survived, and it should start to regrow. But yeah, that's it for the polytunnel. And I'll just give you a little tour of the plot, and an update on what else is going to be happening over the next couple of weeks. So I shall come back to you in a minute, guys. Right, I'm outside here by my greenhouse, just showing you the greenhouse a little bit. It's got a little bit untidy again. I've had to put stuff in here out of the way so I can do other stuff on the plot. At the moment, not much is going to be happening in here, because it's too cold at the moment to grow certain things, but hopefully I will be growing some potatoes soon. And I've been down to one of my local hardware type stores, and I bought a load of potatoes, all in this bag. There is some potatoes in there that are an early crop that you can plant in February. Hopefully the weather won't be too bad come February, and I can put them into the ground. They are probably going to go into one of the raised beds here. So I've got this one, and the two there that are going to be for potatoes. Also the black buckets that you can see there, we're going to plant some in there this year, just so we can get more of a yield, because what we want to achieve this year is obviously not dedicating all of our square raised beds that you can see here to potatoes. So we want to plant other stuff. We've got lots of these black pots. They range from large to medium-ish small, to these other pots that look like barrels. So we're going to make use of them, and hopefully we'll get lots and lots of potatoes. Probably going to move a few things around this year, but I think over here was where we'll probably put the broad beans again, because they worked well. Probably this year have two completely different vegetables in here, because last year I had my giant pumpkins, my normal jack-o'-lantern pumpkins, my giant marrow, and they just overtook those two raised beds. So I'm going to not grow as many giant pumpkins this year. Probably still grow the same amount of jack-o'-lantern pumpkins I grew last year, because they came in very handy. I was able to give a few away to some friends at work, so their kids could enjoy what little there was of Halloween. So yeah, probably still grow more jack-o'-lantern ones, but not too many of the large ones. I only got one large one, well, two actually, but yeah, they overtake if you let them. If you don't trim them back, they overtake. I don't want that to happen this year. But yeah, we're going to have a complete change around. As I say, I've got the raised bed there by the polytunnel at the back there, so we can put something in there. Obviously I had carrots behind there last year in those blue buckets, but they're going to be ditched. So I will probably put the carrots possibly in there, maybe even parsnips, because I want to grow some parsnips this year. But yeah, as you can see, I've got lots of ideas that I want for our plot this year, or my veggie patch, and also to give you guys a fun and exciting video to watch. Hopefully you like my videos, and hopefully they're fun and exciting in the way that I do them. I know lots of people do their own YouTube channels, and they're really good, but I haven't been doing haven't had my allotment long, about 2 years now, so I'm probably not as experienced as some other people. But yeah, lots of things going to be happening, and I will come back to you guys in a minute. catch you for now. Right guys, welcome back. As you can see, I'm stood on a pathway, but not my pathway. My mate Dave Dixon shouted me down from my plot because he's made me a nice brew. So I'm gonna have a quick coffee. I'm stood on the pathway, so I'm keeping my 2 meters that the government say you should keep, 2 meters. But yeah, my mate Dave has made me a cup of coffee, so I'm just going to quickly step onto his plot for 30 seconds just so he can say hi. Say hi, Dave.
Hi.
Yeah, Dave's come down on a wintry, snowy day just to look at his plot. Not much we can do, but he's got a few jobs that need doing, so he's come down. What jobs you got to do today, Dave?
Hopefully edge around the plot and tidy up in the shed a bit.
Just wanted to show you guys something. My mate Dave, a couple of months back, he met Blue Star, or Dave's Allotment Garden. Oh, sorry for calling him Blue Star. That's what he was originally. He met Dave at Dave's Allotment, and Dave gave him the idea to have his own beer can man. So on the side of his shed, he's got his own version of beer can, or tin can man as we call him. We won't call him beer can because obviously Dave's is called beer can man. But yeah, he's got beer can man. He's also got his toucan on top of his shed. But yeah, nice little additions that Dave likes to add to his shed. And also, like you, Dave, from Dave's Allotment Garden, he's got his kettle, so he can put his kettle on, so he can make a nice brew. But yeah, so as I said, I'm on the pathway, just showing you my mate's plot. He's just handed me a nice cup of coffee. I'll have that, then I'll go back to my plot and just show you around the last few bits and pieces I hope to achieve, and we'll carry on. So catch you in a minute, guys. Bye for now. Right guys, welcome back to Nick's Veggie Patch. Oh well, I said this was only going to be just an updated video on what was going on and how far I'd come in the polytunnel. Well, just to give you a little more of an update. Well, not an update really, because I've decided to try and crack on. The snow has decided to come back, folks. So it started to snow again, but I have something special to show you. Look in my polytunnel. I have completed my raised bed in the polytunnel. I thought, well, let's get cracking on with it. It needs to be finished. I'd like to finish it if at all possible. It's nice and dry in the polytunnel. I had all the tools with me, so I decided to crack on with it, and that is the finished article. So what I did was I measured the board there, cut it off. I used my mate's saw because I've left mine at home. Cut it off, and then I've nailed it with a few nails either side to hold that into place. And then with the board, long board here at the back, rather than taking off the 2 square bits, I've decided to leave them on, and I've just again nailed the board to the back. Now it's only got 1 nail in each board at the moment, but I might put another nail in that one just to hold it firm. But yes guys, this raised bed is now completed. what we wanted to achieve, because we didn't like how we had it in here last year. Hopefully this will be a lot better than what we had in here last year, and we can grow more stuff. Get the raised bed just there, and this will give me and my wife enough room to come into the middle, move about. It'll also give us room to get to our door here. But yeah, it's completed. I'm really happy with it. There was obviously some rubber here that I'd had in the polytunnel originally, that was down, that I made use when I first got the plot. There were 2 long strips of rubber matting. Didn't throw them away because I knew they would come in handy to suppress weeds and stuff. I've left them down. So basically all I've got to do now is throw in the compost, and we're well away, guys. We can get going. We can start a fantastic growing season with my new raised bed. If you need any advice on how to build it, basically I will quickly explain. These are old reclaimed scaffolding boards. So where I live in Hampshire, there is a local scaffolding place that do everything you need to put scaffolding up. But what they do is any old scaffolding boards that can't be reused into the system, they literally throw them away, or they just don't use them. And my local scaffolding place is just around the corner from where I work. You can go up there, ask them for some boards, tell them that you want them for your allotment to make some raised beds, and they will give you some. It depends what they'll charge in your area, but in my area where I live, they charge me £5 a board for 13 meters, and they even cut them for me, so it was easier to get them into my car. I've got an estate car, easier to get them into my car. But yeah, it's all complete now, guys. And as you can see, it's absolutely brilliant. So if you want to do something like this for your polytunnel, obviously you can see how I've done mine. Go for it, guys. It's absolutely brilliant. It will stop the snails a little bit from getting onto your plants. But yeah, really happy with it. But there you go, guys. That's the raised bed I wanted to get finished. So I'm going to get cracking on, do a little bit more, and then that'll be it for the day. And I will post my video later. So I'm going to get cracking on for now, guys. See you in a bit. Hi guys, welcome back. I stopped to have a coffee break. As you can see, I've put a plastic raised bed in here. They were 2 single ones, but they connect together. That's only in there temporarily because I don't know if I like it there or not. The other one that I want to put in here, I'm going to have to pull that apart and remake it again, because you can have that in so many patterns. But yeah, I'm not sure if I like that in here, so that might get moved out. But we'll have to wait and see. I just want to clarify something I said in the video earlier on. These scaffolding boards are not 13 meters. I do apologize that they are 13 foot. I just wanted to re-clarify that they're 13 foot, not 13 meters, which was the mistake I made. I asked a friend and he told me they were 13 foot, not 13 meters. Okay, so I think that's pretty much going to be it for today. I'm just going to shut up the plot, just have a bit of a tidy up everywhere, and then I think I'm going to go home in the warm. But as normal, I would like to give a few mentions to various people that follow my channel and I follow their channels. So a shout out to Dave's Allotment Garden, who's always gives good advice, and he has funny videos. A shout out to Kara's Tidbits. Her videos are really interesting, and she's obviously doing a good job. Growing season start of Nick's Allotment Diary, Bristol Veggie Beds, and basically I'll have to write your names down, but any other YouTube channel or followers that follow my channel and that I am subscribed to your channels, just a big shout out, guys. Hope you're okay. Hope you probably woke up to what I woke up this morning, which is loads and loads of snow. But as I always say, guys, you know, stay safe. You know, there is this COVID about, but if we stay safe and do what we do down our plots in a safe manner, you know, we should be absolutely fine. But this is it for today's episode of Nick's Veggie Patch. Lots of tidying up to do, a few more bits to get on with, and then hopefully I'll be able to do some more in the week, and I will probably give you a small video in the week, but if not, I will be back next weekend for another edition of Nick's Veggie Patch. So stay safe, guys, and I'll see you all in the week or at the weekend for another edition of Nick's Veggie Patch. Bye for now, guys.